Hey, a while ago I was into trying to cut bottles, like wine bottles, to make stuff out of. I had this big project in mind that I was going to do. And then, of course, I never really did it. But still, I did think that cutting the bottles is pretty cool. And there's, of course, a lot of things you could do with them. I made some glasses, like drinking glasses and things like that. This is the bottle cutter that I had gotten online. I think it's called like a Generation Green bottle cutter. And the basic idea is that you put it in the bottle wherever, and you set the height by unscrewing and screwing these. Set the height that you want to cut the bottle at, and there's a little glass cutter piece right there, and it's really, really awkward. It doesn't really work that great. But I mean, I've been able to do it, but it's really hard to get a perfect cut, and maybe it's just me being impatient or whatever, but I just figured I would try it again. I have one of these, this is like a double, this is like two bottles together, it's like a bigger size, and I haven't been able to really cut one of those successfully yet, but I just figured I would give it another try. And I haven't done this for a while, so it's probably not going to work that great, but we'll try anyway. You're supposed to, when you cut the bottle, you're supposed to, when you turn the bottle, you're supposed to turn it in like one big smooth motion and never stop, but I just haven't really been able to do that with this mechanism here, and you're supposed to only make one cut, and basically all it's doing is scoring the surface of the bottle. You're not cutting through it, obviously. So you basically want to make one smooth scratch in it and not overlap. So we'll try it. I'm not that great at it, but we'll see how it goes. You can hear it cutting. And if you were to go over yourself, which I usually do, but if you were to go over that line again, it'll sound a lot rougher, like right there. I can already tell this is not going to turn out great, but oh well. I'm putting quite a bit of pressure in towards the bottle to get that scratch. Oop, and there I met my mark again. So basically when you use this, you want to, this part should be basically parallel to the body of the bottle, so that this is cutting on the surface correctly. This you can kind of adjust to hold on to the side of the bottle a little bit, I guess. I don't know, whatever. It's just, it is super awkward. And when I was looking up I couldn't really remember what this was called, but when I was just looking on Amazon to remember what it was called, and I see that they have a bunch of different kinds now, or like a new kind that I've seen people make them themselves before, but it's like a little box that you would like lay the bottle on, and then you would turn it like this, I'm assuming, and that seems like it would be way better, and I think I'm going to order one and try it. Anyway, I don't know if you can see it there, but now there's a score line on the bottle, just right along here. If you can see it, I don't know. Let me go back here. The sun is in here. I don't know if you can see that line along the bottle right there. Oh, okay. I guess I was looking around right there. So what you want to do next to crack that, or to break it off at that point, you'd want to, it's the being heated and then cooled. So what people do a lot of times is they have like a pot of boiling water and cold water. Well, I don't really have a pot big enough to put this in. Well, I could do it this way maybe. Whoops. We'll try. We'll see. I'm going to get some water boiling and some cold water, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, now instead of boiling a big pot of water or whatever and having a pot of hot water and cold water, I've had this bottle in the freezer for probably ended up being a couple hours. I kind of forgot about it. And what I'm gonna do is I have water heated up in a teapot, and I'm just gonna pour it on the bottle and do it that way. And sometimes it can take many times, but I usually am able to get it done this way. But I usually don't put it in the freezer though, just doing cold water, so it might be faster. So we'll see what it does. I'm gonna run cold water on it now. Ooh, there we go. Let's see what kind of crack we got. Ooh, got a pretty good one. There's a little high spot there, but not too bad. Let's see. Oh, we can't. Ooh, I can't see in my thing. This would be like a cool little vase or something with the bigger bottle size. But you can see I didn't get a perfect edge, but not too bad. So that's how you do it with the G2 bottle cutter, which is not really my fave, but whatever. And just hot and cold water. I think it really helps probably putting it in the freezer for a while that first time, and then doing the boiling water after, and then alternating. So yeah, I got a pretty good cut. A couple other things I was going to mention. I mean, obviously this is a sharp edge, so probably want to sand it down so that it doesn't have that sharp edge on it. Just use, I don't know, some kind of like a heavier grit sandpaper. But also, even when you're using the cutter, I usually like to clean up the surface that I'm cutting on then with like a wet paper towel, because you will get like a dust, and that's glass dust, and it's obviously very bad to breathe in. So And then a lot of times if I'm sanding the glass edges, I'll try to use like a wet sandpaper or something too. That's it.